Okay, here we are again. Welcome back to another video. Let's just jump right into it. In the New Age community, there's a whole lot of talk about chakras, and there's a whole lot of conclusions being made. There are also specific colors and sound being associated with each chakra, and a typical chakra chart usually looks something like this. We have the root chakra, which is red and a C note. We have the sacral chakra, which is orange and a D note. We have the solar plexus chakra, which is yellow and an E note. The heart chakra, which is green and an F note. The throat chakra, which is usually blue or sometimes turquoise and a G note. We have the third eye chakra, which is usually bluish or indigo color, which is an A note. And we have the crown chakra, which is usually a B note and violet. This varies a little bit, of course, but roughly speaking, they all pretty much look like this example. Now, most of the time, those chakra sounds aren't even specific frequencies, they're just note names. And as we know, the names of the notes and the actual frequency that they are can vary quite a bit. We also see that the chakra notes somehow follow the modern Western scale, and also that the colors follow the seven main colors of the rainbow, or the seven main colors of the visible light spectrum. Now, where do these ideas come from? As far as I know, there is no mention of chakra colors or sounds in any ancient Indian text, which is the source of all this. This is the yoga is the source of all this. When trying to find the origin of the chakra rainbow color theory that is so widely accepted today, it all ended up with one book called Nuclear Evolution by a man named Christopher Hills that was published in the 1970s. Before this book, there was apparently no such idea in the mainstream consciousness, and every book since about this seemed to either quote this book or quote another book quoting this book. In other words, this is a modern Western interpretation about what the chakras are. This doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong, but it's very important that we know where our ideas and beliefs come from. Otherwise, finding the actual truth will be even more difficult than it already is. In fact, the only real authority I've found that actually mentions Chakra Colors is this very short video clip by Sadhguru. So let's take a look.
The chakras in the body, all the 114 chakras, or rather 112 chakras, ascribe to some color. The two do not ascribe to any color because they are not physical in nature. People who are on a more intense sadhana, which is oriented towards a particular chakra in the body, which is known as Agna, between the eyebrows, they will wear orange because the color of the chakra is orange. They want to radiate that color because the whole process is about enlightenment and reaching to that state of knowing, opening up that dimension of perception which is referred to as the third eye. So they will seek always ochre or orange color because that is the color of the Agna. The yellow robes were worn by Buddhist monks because yellow is the color of the Mooladhara. The most basic chakra in the body is Mooladhara. So he wants them to be stable. For a monk, the most important thing is he practices stability in his life.
So Sadhguru actually says that the Agna chakra, or the third eye, is orange and not the indigo bluish color that the mainstream rainbow system makes it out to be. He also says that the Mooladhara chakra, or the root chakra, is yellow and not red, as is so widely believed. This also breaks with the rainbow system because the Mooladhara is the lowest of the seven main chakras, while the Agna is the second highest, but these two colors actually follow each other. He also talks about 114 chakras, not only 7. And out of these 114, 2 of them are outside of the physical body. And out of the 112 that are then left, there are 4 of them who just are the way they are, apparently, and nothing can be done about them. And so we are left with 108 chakras that can be consciously worked upon through yogic practices. According to Sadhguru, these 108 chakras are divided into 54 masculine and 54 feminine energy points within the body. And out of this, the Sanskrit alphabet was discovered with its 54 sounds, each with a masculine and a feminine manifestation. So we're talking about chakra sounds here, not necessarily specific frequencies. When it comes to specific chakra frequencies, there are many ideas out there about this too. Most of them seem to be more or less randomly made up. Being the geek that I am, I have experimented with countless frequencies both on myself and other people, and how and where each frequency affect the body of different individuals varies a whole lot. I've not been able to come to any conclusion when it comes to specific effects of specific frequencies, and I think it's individual. The sacred or magic frequencies affect each individual as is needed in each specific case. They harmonize and balance the parts of you that need it and create overall harmony in a human being or in a space or whatever it may be. One very interesting thing that I've come across in my research is a recording of what is supposedly a very old Tibetan chakra bowls, and they had the following frequencies. The root had a frequency of 228 Hz, which is an A sharp note. The sacral chakra had a frequency of 306 Hz, which is a D sharp note. The solar plexus had a frequency of 360 Hz, which is an F sharp note. The heart had a frequency of 512 Hz, which is a C note. The throat had a frequency of 384 Hz, which is a G note. The third eye had a frequency of 576 Hz, which is a D note, and the crown had a frequency of 864 Hz, which is an A note. Again, it's impossible to say what is what exactly, but both myself and hundreds of other people have had very, very powerful experiences with these frequencies. And I've created two pieces that I put up here on YouTube. One is 7 minutes long, and one is 21 minutes long, where you yourself can experience and experiment with these frequencies and see what it does to you. In these pieces you will see that I use the standard rainbow chakra colors. This is simply as a visual aid and for artistic reasons. As we have already discussed in this video, I don't necessarily ascribe to the idea that these are the chakra colors. But I don't know what the actual chakra colors are, and I'm not sure it's even that relevant. But for these videos I use it, like I said, simply as a visual aid and for artistic reasons. Also, a huge part of any healing work or any spiritual practice is visualization. And I don't necessarily think it matters how you visualize something. If you visualize something and you focus your intent on it, it will have an effect. All in all, it's very, very difficult to make any final conclusions about any of this, and I'm certainly not going to attempt to do so. To me, it's just important to talk about these things because it's important to know where our ideas and beliefs come from, and to keep a level head when we explore the mystical dimensions of life. Speculation will only lead to delusion, and that will just take us even further away from the truth. I'm not looking to anger anybody or cause trouble in any way with these sort of debunking videos, if we may call them that. I'm just very passionate about this topic, and I'm very passionate about sound healing because I believe it's a very, very powerful tool that we all can benefit greatly from. But if we are to reap the benefits from it, it's important that we stick to the truth and do proper research and not be led too much by emotionally satisfying claims and all kinds of fantastic stories that are being spread online and elsewhere. By not being willing to do the work and do the best we can to come as close to the actual truth as possible, we will only cause trouble for ourselves. And in the New Age community, there are so many stories and so many beliefs that are simply nonsense. They are just beautiful, fantastic stories and emotionally satisfying stories. So of course people will believe them, but we're not exactly doing ourselves any favors by doing this. Anyway, I think that's enough for this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you appreciate the work I do with these videos, there are many ways where you can support me. I have, for example, a Patreon page that you can visit and become a Patreon. You can also listen to my music in Spotify or here on YouTube or on SoundCloud. You can download it in iTunes, Amazon Music, Bandcamp, etc., etc. I'm on pretty much all of these digital music platforms. You may also get my book. It's available on Amazon in all countries, both as a paperback and a Kindle edition. You may follow me in social media for daily updates. I'm on Instagram, on Facebook. Of course, you may follow me or subscribe here on YouTube. Click like on this video if you actually like it. You may also click on that little bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video, which I do several times every month. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll be back with another video very, very soon.